Hello and welcome back to J&Z Productions. My name is Jace Van Ort, and today I'm going to be reviewing a head strap for an Oculus Quest 2. The designer of this is Kiwi, and it goes for about $40 on Amazon unless you find a good deal on it. Now, this is not a sponsored video by any means. I paid for this out of my own pocket. And so with that out of the way, why would you want something like this? What benefits does this design provide that the original free elastic band doesn't? Well, for me, it's because I share my headset with quite a few people. I'll bring it over to family events, I'll bring it over to my friend's house, and some people that have never tried VR are finally able to because it's portable and because it's good enough now on a battery. So I wanted to make it as easy as possible for them to do that. And the more I thought about it, the biggest factor of that kind of caused the most problems was the strap. For people trying out VR for the first time, it's not a great experience. It can often be uncomfortable, and it's hard enough to tell if they're wearing it right and seeing a good picture. So whatever I can do to mitigate that, that's what I was kind of looking for a solution to with this headset. And I think it does a pretty good job. Being able to adjust the back of it with a simple dial twist, it lets people set their own settings. So that is kind of why I wanted to pick one of these up and give it a go. And so first things first, I'd like to talk about the build quality of it, because at $40, you have quite a few options at this price. So I want to make sure that the materials hold up to the price. So the first thing that I'd like to go over is the build quality. So the plastic that they use on it seems to be fairly high quality and durable. The cushioning foam seems to be very nice overall, and I think it provides a pretty comfortable experience. And even the little things, such as the strap on top that connects the top band here to the Oculus. It's a nice wide band with good quality Velcro. And overall, I think it's about what you would expect for a headset strap at this price. The dial seems to work well as well. In my experience, I haven't had any issues. It's held very tightly, and it seems to be a nice mechanism inside. Unfortunately, the one thing I wasn't able to test is how durable it is and how long it holds up over time. I really wish I could, but I've only had it for a couple weeks, and those things take quite a bit of time to actually show their true colors. I feel pretty confident that it'll last a pretty long time, but I've seen a couple reviews that whether they're defective or not, some people have had some quality issues, so those are always worth taking a look at. And so the next thing that I wanted to go over was the actual installation itself. So to start, you're going to want to remove the old head strap. You start by prying on the side here. Make sure not to grab the speaker grill or any part that's on the actual headset. Make sure that you grab the areas that are part of the strap, as I kind of show in the video here. It'll be a little scary, but as long as you provide some leverage so you don't make the actual arms of the headset bend, you should be able to pry them off relatively easily. Next, you're going to want to take off the faceplate and undo the top strap of the headset and pull it right through. When it comes to actually installing the Kiwi, it's pretty much the exact same but in reverse. You're going to want to pop in the sides, and then you're going to want to push the new strap through the slot that we took the old one out of. Now, I actually had a really hard time with this, but it went easier the other time that I did it, so your results may vary. And that's about it. Make sure to put your faceplate back on, and it should be good to go. So now that the head strap is actually attached to the headset, I was able to give it a good test and try a few games with it, so I'll kind of give you the rundown for a few pros and cons. First and foremost, what I mentioned earlier, it is so easy to take this thing on and off. You no longer have to, fiddle with the elastics, it's pulling the lenses right towards your forehead and your hair. It gets them all dirty. It's not fun, and it's way too tight. With this, you simply just undo it, and you're good to go. It can't get any simpler than that. So I do like that I no longer have to clean my lenses after every single use, and overall, it's so much simpler. On the opposite side of things, though, the actual tensioning part is a dream with the dial on the back. Now, if you've ever had, like I mentioned earlier, an Oculus Quest and had to adjust the tension with the strap on the back, you know it's a pain in the butt. Those things are held on, like with super glue. They're just so difficult, especially once it's already on your head. You have to take it on and off multiple times or pull super hard. It's just never fun. This thing is the complete opposite. The ratcheting mechanism inside has a lot of teeth in it, so you're able to pretty much fine tune exactly where you want it. Not too tight, not too loose. It lets you pick a sweet spot. So next we're going to go over the cons of this device. Now this device is not perfect, but none of these are necessarily deal breakers for me. But they're certainly worth going over because these issues may be important to you. My biggest complaint, I'll get it right out of the way, is how tight you have to have it. It's only holding on at the back of your head and the front mask part of your face. So because it's kind of squeezing between the two instead of with the elastic strap, you do feel, especially if you're used to the old one, that it's just a bit tighter than you would kind of like. And there was only one other little thing that I didn't like as much, and the fact that there is a slight rattle on either side when you kind of rapidly turn to look back and forth. After using it for a bit, it completely zoned it out. I barely even notice it anymore, especially if you're playing a game with noise and whatnot. But I kind of was expecting a little bit more of a premium feel from such an expensive headset, all things considered. So that pretty much wraps up my review. After going through the pros and cons, I kind of expected a little more out of a $40, head strap. I wasn't expecting some of the issues that I had in terms of the rattle and whatnot, so it wasn't as, premium feeling out of the box as I had hoped. That said, it still feels well made. It still feels like it's going to be a perfectly fine headset for whoever's buying it. I would encourage, though, to look at other options at this price range or below on Amazon, because there's so much stuff on there, and I'm sure that there's going to be stuff at similar quality that I just didn't find. Also, you can come to your own conclusions on this, but I personally feel that if I didn't have to share it with anyone, my headset, and it was just me and I never had to change anything, I'd probably just stick to the original elastic head strap. I think that it's actually more comfortable and more secure, and I just don't see it justifying $40 just so you can take it off your head a little easier. So with that said, thank you so much for watching to the end. I truly appreciate it. I hope to do more of these in the future. So thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.